Clash, #1 clan in the world. It's going to be interesting to see how he does.
Exactly. So he's got a lot of people at home rooting for him, a lot of clans in the Night Mode Clash family. And this is, again, it's the last quarterfinal, so we'll have the semis set after this.
All right, so let's go ahead and jump into this again. Looks like SUPerTeXan is going to be defending, and the NiNjaHeros is going to be attacking here. This is an interesting base. I think we talked about this the other day. This reminds me of an old kind of Southern Teaser-style base that you would have seen in Clash.
Exactly. I don't know where that term came from, but maybe some of my early Clash of Clans videos, but it's cool to see that builder hall set towards the top, and we're going to see some beta minions out there picking off those vulnerable structures that are just out of range.
So again, we've seen this attack strategy a couple of times now. Obviously, they start off with the minions, clear out as many builders or as many buildings as they can. Looks like he has 2 of his archer towers set to low, and look at that, 2 unprotected defenses up in the top right. It's going to be interesting to see what happens.
I'm kind of surprised to see, you see where that elixir storage is set so far out there to the top right of the base.
Yeah.
And then you've got exactly the cannon and the archer tower right there. So an unusual base, and definitely set up to maybe lure an opponent in to trick somebody. So I like it.
Right, because he has 2 other structures in the walls with that gold storage and that elixir storage. So it's interesting to see him choose to put those defenses outside and put those buildings inside.
Yep. So here we go. All of the minions are down now, and the dragons are going to try to move it in front of the minions. And just like we see with Night Witches and say giants, the dragons are going to try to tank for the beta minions.
Right, and there isn't any big splash damage for those air units up there. The roaster is at the very bottom of the base, as well as the air bombs down there. So it looks like they're going to move in here pretty easily.
Oh, looks good. 48. Here comes the first star any second. There it is. First star.
First star. All of his baby dragons are down. All he has is those beta minions on that builder's hull. The bombs are doing work, and those might be out of range of any air defense.
Oh,
they
look
are.
Yes,
they're going to take it down.
Get the builder's hull for the second star. Man, he didn't even. I was thinking he was preparing to get the battle machine in from the left-hand side. You saw the double cannon go down. You saw the crusher go down the left-hand side. Didn't even become a factor. Now this is just bonus for him. He's got the 2 stars.
Yeah.
Now he's just going to try to rack up as much damage as he can. We'll wait and see where the battle machine goes. What do you think? Will it wrap around this corner?
I think it might wrap around.
It's going to be close.
For his sake, hopefully it does, and it gets over. Nope, it's going to head straight in there, that double cannon, that roaster.
And that's tough.
And that archer
like
tower.
Yeah, like you said earlier, Molt, the double cannon is just the arch nemesis of the battle machine.
There we go. 68% 2-star. Not too shabby.
Yeah, no, that's seriously, that's a tough score right there. And I was surprised. Again, I get excited about the way the builders hall bases are set up like this, because you see what looks like an attack that might be going well. Boom, next thing you know, it's shut down by the big mines or something like that. And the opposite can happen as well. You see an attack that looks like you have no chance, and next thing you know, 1 or 2 units just crush the base.
And 68% again is pretty solid. So Texan knows what he has to do. He knows he has to get that builder's hall, and he has to get over 68% in order to take this home.
Yeah, so he's got the advantage of going second, but the advantage is definitely diminished when your opponent has grabbed 2 stars.
Right. So again, a big core on this one, a little bit designed differently than some of the other ones, where it's very symmetrical, it's square or rectangular. So this one has some interesting wall placements around the outside. So we'll see what he decides to do here.
Yeah, I like this. He's got the multi-mortar, the roaster, the crushers, and the air bombs all set up right adjacent to the builder's hall there, trying to protect those major defenses.
Right.
And we'll see all baby dragons.
All baby dragons. And again, we've got all of the archer towers set to low, so they're going to be doing a lot of damage to these baby dragons as they work their way. And it looks like he's just wrapping around the base, clearing up the outside, maybe trying to make a path for his battle machine.
Yep, and again, I love the spacing. See how every single baby dragon is using that tantrum ability. The one at about 4 o'clock went down, and he immediately dropped another one, keeping it in there. Because what's happening is the dragons are actually tanking for each other.
Right.
That's the advantage of dropping them all at once like that. They're going to take fire from a defense so that another baby dragon can get in and take the defense down.
Yeah, here we go. He gets his battle machine in there tanking for the roaster, but big air bomb going off there. Battle machine stuck on the wall, so this is it. 53% 1 star right now. He knows that he has to get that 68. That battle machine's got to get in there.
But the crusher, is he going to be within range of the crusher? No, he is. He's within range of the crusher,
and the crusher are going to take
he's not even
down.
Oh, man. Tough one.
Tough one right there. So the first win is going to go to NiNjaHeros with that 68% 2-star.
Yep. That was a solid defense right there. Good attack. Just didn't quite get that crusher down in time. And the roaster, it's it can be tough. It looks super intimidating and obviously harder on maybe the units that are more fragile, like the Night Witch and the Bomber. But that double cannon, man, really ended the battle machine.
Yeah. You don't like seeing that. But now, obviously, Texan is going to be attacking again. So this time, NiNjaHeros is going to have the advantage going into the next one, being able to see exactly what he has to get in order to take the win.
Right. So again, each defender has the opportunity to switch out their base design, and the attacker must change out one of the army camps. So we won't see the exact same attack over and over. But the cool thing is, they're really being forced to change their army camps up because the bases are so different. And here we go. Next look at NiNjaHeros' next base.
All right. So right now he's got the beta minions and the baby dragons. And here is, his other base looks a lot different than the other one. It's a ring base. He's got 3 different wall sections, so it's going to be hard to get in there to the Builder's Hall.
Exactly. It's so cool when you see the translation of the home village base layout, the same name, Southern Teaser ring base, you know, and you see that same basic fundamental behind the design. You've got those center walls trying to protect that Builder's Hall. But again, SUPerTeXan looks like he's going to go with minions and dragons, so walls a non-factor in this one.
Yeah, not a factor. And we can see that the archer towers, again, are set to low range, so they're going to be doing a lot of damage. He's got the roaster on the right side and those air bombs on the left, so he's got a pretty good coverage for some air splash damage. So it's going to be interesting to see how these minions and these baby dragons fare against it.
Yep, and you can see even though the beta minions did take out structures, they're going to be within range of those short archer towers once they move in.
Right.
So the first dragon is down, and again, that one's going to try to tank the firecrackers for the minions. And here comes the big wave. Everybody's down.
There it is on the right side, not close to that roaster. So if they do push a little bit left, they're going to avoid that roaster. Big bomb going off up there, taking a lot of minions. And then here come these air bombs at the bottom. They're going to be doing a lot of damage to both of the units.
Now it looks like that baby dragon right there might be pretty healthy. It's down to 50%, and everybody bunching up. That's not going to be good for splash.
Both baby dragons go down. Got the first star. He has a pretty clear path to the Builder's Hall. Clock tower goes down on the left, so now his battle machine has a pretty clear path into the core.
Except for the fact that there's a wall around the Builder's Hall. There's no chance now that the battle machine's going to get to the Builder's Hall, unfortunately. And you see it's going to go right after the air bombs. And man, that's the thing. I mean, those level 6 walls. I said earlier it was the wrong thing to say, because of course the walls are a factor, because you're always going to have a ground unit in this. You can't set your battle machine to air.
Right.
Oh, wait.
Huh?
Future update leads?
Oh, who knows?
Air mode for battle machine?
He's going to get a blimp. So he's working his way around, heading up to his nemesis right there, the double cannon. Going to take him out. He's going to get his ability, continue working his way around. But again, he's not going to get to that core unless he takes out all these other structures.
Next hero to be released, Battle Blimp. I like that. I like that, the Battle Blimp. So yeah, so definitely SUPerTeXan's going to be held to 1 star. And
go down there, 62% 1 star. And that is going to be it. So NiNjaHeros knows what he has to do. If he gets that Builder's Hall, he's golden. Doesn't matter about the percentage at that point. All he needs is those 2 stars.
Exactly. So there's kind of a couple ways that NiNjaHeros can approach this. He can just try to pick off outer structures and go past that 62%.
Right.
Or like you said, focus on the Builder Hall and the percentage above 62. So there's a lot of different ways, and it'll depend upon the way the base is set up, obviously. That will determine what NiNjaHeros brings. And again, it's so different. I mean, maybe if it someday they were to set up like a tournament mode in the game, then it would work like this.
Right.
You know, because it definitely changes things up than the way it works in the game for all of us at home.
Knowing how he has to attack. So now he sees SUPerTeXan's base. He can look at it. This does look fairly similar to the last one, with the Builder's Hall kind of towards the top of the base, and then these walls down at the bottom that kind of funnel things in. It's very interesting. He only has 1 full compartment. All the other ones are completely open.
Yeah, that's true. It's kind of a labyrinth path here. You see in the bottom right where it's going to lead the units in there, and maybe a good use of spring traps or push traps.
Yeah.
Those are so key. You have a base like this, even though we're growing, now we're at Builder Hall 6, they're much, much smaller than, say, like a Town Hall 9, 10, 11.
Right.
So I feel like at least the spring traps, the push traps are so high value.
Yeah.
They're much more important here than they are at home.
They most definitely are. And again, we can see throughout this thing a lot of walls that aren't really being used. We got some doubled up. We've got some almost buttress type walls that are hanging off the top, because you can't move singular walls. So it's interesting to see how people deal with that when these bases are designed.
Yeah, it's so different than back at home. Again with those walls linked like that.
Yeah.
And all right, so we got, well, Night Witches and some beta minions and giants.
Yeah.
So it looks like NiNjaHeros is going to use the beta minions, try to pick off some outer structures, and then the giants to tank for the Night Witch.
Oh yeah, because there's not that much air defense down at the bottom, and the archer towers are actually set to low up at the top.
Exactly. So again, trying to take advantage of that range where you can get those beta minions in. Obviously, they have that long shot ability before they move in a little more closely. high hit point structures on the right-hand side. Both of those elixir storages are going to go down.
Yeah, now, one thing that I noticed about this is that he doesn't have any wall breakers, so getting into the core is going to be a little bit of a challenge for his battle machine. Something is going to be hitting on those walls for a while, whether it's the Night Witches, the Giants, or the battle machine.
Yeah, that's true. So only 3 Giants. Again, you're so limited in the army camps being so small like this. You don't have a chance to bring just mass amounts of units, and every single unit counts. It's funny, when we watch the Night Witches, it's like we'll see all 4 of them go down, and it's like if any of them go down, it's like, no, you got to watch out. Everyone is such a high value attacking troop.
That's terrible. But as we can see, NiNjaHero here has a lot of patience, kind of like Cerise. Both these Frenchmen know what they're doing. Air Bomb's going to go there, do a little bit of damage to that beta minion. And he's still slowly just chipping away. He's got 1 minute and 40 seconds left, so he hasn't dropped off a single Night Witch. He's going to have to build up a big push here. Looks like he's up at the top. Here he goes, dropping him off.
Yep, here they come, and they're going to move in. And there are the Giants.
Push trap, sending them into the Crusher.
They get sprung in, and the Crusher's going to annihilate them.
Are they going to take it down? They're not.
Man,
the
they're
Giants
all down. That was
down.
Brilliant. I love that placement of this push trap right there. Look at, you've got the Barbarians out to face the Night Witches. Oh, a Night Witch.
Oh, he lost the push traps all over the place. But he does still have 3 of his Night Witches alive. And look at this.
They're on
the battle machine is on the wall that goes in there. So as this continues up, the bats are doing work. Looks like that Night Witch is on the builder.
He gets the ability off. There's the first star, 42%.
42%.
But it's not over yet. No. He needs 20 more percent, and it doesn't look like it's going to happen, you guys. The battle machine's going to go down, and SUPerTeXan is going to pick up the win in this round.
45% obviously is not higher than 62. The key play there was that push trap taking out those Giants.
I'm not biased at all. My clan leader winning that one. Good job, SUPerTeXan. But no, that was exciting. That is so interesting, the way the dynamic works again. The Builders Hall goes down, but then he's got to get the percentages. I love, again, I was just talking about the push traps, and then you see the push traps go off. I love the push traps. They're so much fun to watch.
Now, I believe this is our first 1-to-1. Is that correct?
That's right. We've seen 2-0, 2-0. 2-0 for the first 3 quarters. So now we're at 1-1, you guys. This is it. This is the rubber match. This is for all the bananas.
They know what they have to do.
These guys advance a minimum of 2,000 euro in prize money.
Nice.
So it's all on the line right here.
I'm sure that's on their mind as they're up there figuring out what base they want to use and what attack strategy. So SUPerTeXan is going to be defending here, and this, I believe, is the base that we just saw. So NiNjaHeros knows where that trap is.
Or does he?
Ooh, did it get switched?
Did he switch? Could he have had 2 different base designs with the traps moved around? So you never know. But yeah, so, and again, it's going to be the dragons and the beta minions for NiNjaHeros. And we'll see how things change up. But you're right, it does look like the same base.
Yeah.
And if it is the same base, then those push traps are not going to be a factor.
No, and those were definitely the biggest factor, without a doubt, in that last match with those Night Witches and the Giants getting thrown around. So it looks like he's picking off these outside structures again with the minions, taking his time, being patient. He's got 2 minutes and 30 seconds.
Exactly. Plenty of time to go. Beta minions taking out those structures. And you see the Tesla. Was that there the first time? I don't remember if that Tesla was there the first time or not. So it could be one of those things. Is this like a mind game working here? You think it's the same base, but it's not the same base. There's a couple things that have moved around. You don't know what's going on.
Who knows?
Confusion, mass confusion, dogs and cats living together. You never know.
Here he goes, sending in everything right there. All the minions in the back going full force into the Builders Hall. Let's see what he's going to be able to do here. All of his baby dragons got a lot of health, but none of them, again, have their ability activated because they are surrounded by beta minions.
By the beta minions, yeah. So it's a sacrifice you make by dropping the baby dragons, but look at them get in there. Look at the beta minions are on that Builders Hall. It looks like it's about to go down for the first star. There it is, 1 star, and the second star right behind at the top, grabbing that gold storage. Oh, look at the Crusher is still up, and then that's second star.
Second star there, 50% 2-star right now. All of those beta minions are going to go down, so all he has left is this battle machine, but it looks like there's a pretty good amount of buildings towards the outside, so you can slowly chip away and add more percentage.
Exactly, so where do you go here? On the far left, the clock tower has a huge amount of hit points.
Right.
Those 3 structures, though, all pretty weak, and it looks like the battle machine dropped here is going to path upward and to the left. So those 3 structures easily, and then the clock tower will slow them down.
And again, with that archer tower being at its height, it's not going to be doing as much damage. All the double cannons are down. So if he had gone right, he wouldn't have had to worry about that. But on the left, all he really has to worry about is this mortar that's not going to do that much damage. And that long-range archer tower. So he could slowly work his way around to the other buildings.
And he had no chance of touching the Crusher. Was that okay? That was one of the guard hut units went down there. He's just going to work his way, and this is what we're talking about. It seems like the attack is over, and boom, 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 all these structures keep going down. Battle Machine, especially at level 10.
Level 10.
I mean, he was nerfed a little bit. We saw that he's gaining less hit points per level from 5 to 10.
Right.
But still, look at the devastation. There goes another ability. He's going to keep going.
Now, the biggest problem he's going to have on this right side, I think, is going to be obviously the Roaster and the Tesla. Let's see if he can get
he's out of range of the Roaster. Did you see him go out of range of the Roaster? And then he's got two more.
Another one?
Oh, man.
71% right
Holy
there.
Cow. 71% two-star.
71% two-star. That's not too bad. That's definitely up there with the highest percentages of the day.
Absolutely. I think that is definitely a tough number to beat. And again, so many structures taken out by one single unit, the Battle Machine. And again, that's one of the things I really like about the setup of the Builders Hall is the fact that you can, again, take a bunch of structures out, and the Battle Machine, even though he's the only ground unit of that attack, probably grabs, what, 20% of that?
Yeah, close to a lot of the percentage of that village. Now, obviously, we just saw SUPerTeXan's base, so now we're going to see him attack. We're going to see what happens here.
Exactly. So this, like we were talking about earlier, yeah, there is sort of an advantage to going second, but not when your opponents grab 2 stars. It's like you can't possibly sit back and go, oh, I just got to grab the Builder's Hall, or I just need X percentage. He really has to pull off a super solid attack right here.
Right. Now, I believe that this is a base that NiNjaHeros used earlier that worked really well for him, so why fix it if it's not broken? I feel like I remember seeing this, again, with the Archer Towers on short range, a lot of DPS in this attack, so it's going to be interesting to see where he goes from.
Yeah, so NiNjaHeros really counting on the fact that the base was successful in the first defense, but SUPerTeXan now has a chance to see something familiar. He knows what went wrong the first time. He's got plenty of time to change things up, and it looks like it's going to be Night Witches, Bombers, and Giants.
Okay.
I like it.
We've seen that before, so all he has to do, obviously, the Bombers are going to make their way in. The biggest thing is going to be being able to get that Battle Machine in the walls as long as it doesn't continue around the outside.
Right.
That could really mess up the attack.
Yep, so you have 8 super high value units, the 4 Night Witches, the 4 Bombers. We're going to keep a really close eye on those, you guys, as we move in, because they're so important, especially with these level 6 walls.
Right. So we see he drops off 1 Night Witch up at the top, and now he's spawning the rest of them at the bottom. So up at the top, those bats are just going to kind of work their way around and be a little bit distracting. It's going to go down to that cannon. And the wall breakers did not break the wall, so the Battle Machine is going to work his way around the outside.
You're right, but a couple of Giants did come in. They were a little bit late in getting the walls down, but look, he's coming back.
Working his way
he's
back.
coming back. All right, but the Giants are just about out of there. Now, that Battle Machine is pretty far away from any crushers, but you can see, again, the Night Witch on the right-hand side just goes down.
It just goes down. All he has left now is his Battle Machine, that double cannon in range.
Oh, there's a Night Witch off the screen on the right-hand side. A Night Witch,
there she is.
Where you can't quite see. Oh, the Battle Machine goes down. 48%.
There it is.
And just the lone bomber. That's it.
48%. That's going to move NiNjaHeros on into the next round.
Yep. NiNjaHeros picks it up. Our first 2-1 match. So close, each guy winning a battle, but NiNjaHeros had a lot of success with that base both times.
Yeah, so we are now done with the quarterfinals. We're going to be moving into the semis after this, and it's going to be interesting to see who comes out on top.